In the last class, I told you about the single entry, that is, accounts of incomplete records. Accounts of incomplete records. And there, you have to prepare the opening statement of affairs in order to know the opening capital, and closing statement of affairs in order to know the closing capital. And after preparation of this opening statement of affairs and okay, closing statement of affairs, we have to prepare the statement of profit or loss. There, we have to go in a reverse manner. That is, we have to take into account the closing capital, and to that closing capital, whatever it may be, we have to add drawings and interest on drawings. And after adding all those things, we have to deduct the additional capital or further capital. And after that, interest on capital also it should be deducted. And whatever it may be the quotient, whatever it may be the quotient that we come across, we'll call that thing as adjusted capital. And we have to observe whether the adjusted capital is more or the opening capital is more. When adjusted capital is more and opening capital is less, it is nothing but the profit amount. And when opening capital is more and adjusted capital when it is less, will come across loss. Like this, the business people who want to know the profit or loss in a very early moment, in a very early stage, in a very short period of time, so those people only they will follow the single entry system or accounts of incomplete records. Okay, so yeah, I mean, in the last class we have discussed about the differences between statement of affairs and balance sheet. And overall, I'm telling you the difference between statement of affairs and balance sheet is okay. In order to find out the missing item, we will prepare the statement of affairs, and when all the items are present, we will prepare and we'll go for the balance sheet. That is the thing that you have to observe mainly. Okay, suppose if any item, whether it may be liabilities or whether it may be capital or whether it may be assets, whatever it may be, you have to go for preparation of statement of affairs. Thereby you can come to know about the missing figure, missing item. When you go for balance sheet, all the assets, liabilities, capital, everything, when they are there, then we can able to prepare the balance sheet. So this is the overall difference between statement of affairs and balance sheet. Now let us go for a problem. Thereby you can be in a position to understand what is the difference between the single entry system and double entry system. Okay, so I'm going for a problem, please. Okay, Mr. Aditya keeps his books on single entry system and supplies the following information. Okay, three columns are there. First one is the assets and liabilities. Second one is 1 for 2005, 1 for 2005, that is beginning year. And the third column is 31st March 2006. Bank 30,000 first column and 40,000 second column. Debtors 40,000 first column and 50,000 second column. Apart from this particulars, please, I'm telling. Okay, 1 for 2005 and 31st March 2006, I'm telling the figures. Stock 60,000, 64,000. Investments 1 lakh and 1 lakh 60,000. Creditors 34,000, 40,000. Furniture 30,000, 70,000. Bills payable 12,000, 16,000. Loan from bank, first year nil, and the second one, I mean, beginning is nil and ending is 30,000. Mr. Aditya has drawn 2,000 rupees per month for domestic purpose and 12,000 rupees from business funds to meet his son's education expenses. He is taking money. The rent paid to business premises is 2,400 and only one sixth of premises is used for business, whereas the entire rent was paid from business funds. Additions to furniture were made on 30th June 2005 in exchange of his personal shares. The furniture is depreciated at 20% and rupees 4,000 are to be provided for doubtful debts. Prepare the relevant statement and show the profit or loss made by Aditya for the year ended 31st March 2006. Here, people, you have to observe that. Okay, he didn't give you the opening capital or closing capital amount. Okay, he didn't mention the capital amounts. But what he had done is, he had given you the opening assets and liabilities as well as closing assets and liabilities. So it is confirmed that we have to prepare opening statement of affairs, then we have to think about closing statement of affairs. Okay, now we are going for opening statement of affairs in order to find out what is the capital, okay, of Mr. Aditya in the beginning. Statement of affairs as on 1 4 2005. Okay, 1 4 2005. Okay, and 31st March 2006 is preparing the statement of affairs at the beginning as well as at the end. Okay, now at the beginning, he had given you the bank 30,000 bank balance and closing is 40,000. Debtors 40,000, closing is 50,000. Stock 60,000 and closing is 64,000. Investments 1 lakh and 1 lakh 60,000. Furniture 30,000 and 70,000. These are the various assets at the beginning as well as at the end. Now let us go for the liabilities and see what are they. Creditors beginning 34,000, closing 40,000. Bills payable 12,000, 16,000. Loan from bank beginning nil and closing is 30,000. So when you take into account the opening asset side, it is 2 lakh 60,000, closing is 3 lakhs 84,000. Okay, when you see the difference between assets and liabilities, the capital amount opening is 2 lakhs 14,000 and closing is 2 lakhs 98,000. So we got the opening capital as well as the closing capital. Then what we have to do? What we have to do? We have to take into account, okay, the statement of profit or loss. And one more thing I want to tell you is, whatever it may be the closing statement of affairs, we have to recheck because some adjustments are there, some adjustments are included. So after including all these adjustments, we have to see what is the actual capital. Okay, now we are preparing first of all what in I mean the profit or loss what we come across. Statement of profit or loss for the year ended 31st March 2006. Yeah. First of all, I told you that we have to go in a reverse manner. That is, we have to take into account the closing capital first. Capital on 31st March 2006, 2 lakhs 98,000. For that, you have to add the drawings. Okay, add drawings. Drawings for domestic purpose 24,000. It is okay 2,000. 2,000 per annum. Sorry, per month. When it is 2,000 per month, per annum it will be 24,000. Drawings for son's education 12,000 rupees. Okay, rent paid for domestic use paid from business funds is 2,000. So altogether the total drawings are 36,000 and you have to add that. If you add that, you will come across 3 lakhs 36,000. 3 lakhs 36,000. Next, less additions to furniture out of personal sources 40,000. Additional to furniture 40,000. Okay, this came from the personal source amount. So you have to deduct this. So if you deduct 40,000, it comes to 2 lakhs 96,000. And this is a adjusted capital 2 lakhs 96,000 is the adjusted capital that we come across. Then we have to see the difference between the adjusted capital as well as the opening capital. Less capital as on 1 4 2005, 2 lakhs 14,000. 2 lakhs 14,000. So if you deduct that, automatically you'll come across 82,000. Then this is the profit before making adjustments, because some adjustments are there. So depreciation on furniture, like that, some adjustments are there, and you have to take them into account. So what we have to do, sir, we have to prepare again the closing statement of affairs in order to see whether the adjustments are taken into account or not. Okay, ma'am. So profit before adjustments is 82,000, less depreciation on furniture on 30,000 at 20% for 1 year. For 1 year, that is 6,000 rupees. On 40,000 at 20% for 9 months, because there is an addition, he had given a date. Additions to furniture were made on 30th June 2005. So from June onwards, you have to take into account. Okay, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, 9 months. So on 40,000 rupees, you have to calculate depreciation at 20% for 9 months. It also comes to 6,000 rupees. Total 12,000. Okay. So, this 12,000 you have to deduct from the profit before adjustments. Okay, if you deduct this, 12,000, you will come across 70,000. You'll come across 70,000. Less provision for doubtful debts, he had given you 4,000. So if you deduct that 4,000, you'll come across 66,000 after adjustments. Profit after adjustments or profit for the year is 66. It is not 82,000, because 82,000 is before making adjustments. And after taking into account the depreciation as well as the provision for doubtful debts, you'll come across the net profit as 66,000 rupees. Now, it is your duty to prepare the statement of affairs as on 31st March 2006. Again, you may ask me, sir, why we have to prepare? Because there you came across to know the capital amount. You prepared the opening as well as closing in order to know what is the opening capital amount, in order to know what is the closing capital amount. But here, now what we have to do is we have to prepare the statement of affairs, okay, after considering into account the adjustments what we come across. Okay, ma? Now we are going for the statement of affairs as on 31st March 2006. Assets, bank balance 40,000. Okay, debtors 50,000, inner column, less provision for doubtful debts 4,000. If you deduct that, you'll come across 46,000 in the outer column. And then stock 64,000, investments 1,60,000, furniture, both the things 30,000 plus 40,000 additions. Also, you have to add, it comes to 70,000. From that, less depreciation 12,000. So 58,000 is the net amount of furniture, and you have to show that in the outer column. Now if you add that, the total comes to 3,68,000. Right? Now we are going for the liability side amount. Creditors 40,000, bills payable 16,000, loan from bank 30,000, capital opening balance, you have to take into account opening balance. Okay, opening balance is 2 lakhs 14,000. Okay, add net profit 66,000. Okay, whatever we derived 66,000, you have to add. Okay, it comes to uh, yeah, 2 lakhs 80,000. 2 lakhs 80,000. Okay, add additional capital 40,000 from personal sources. So it comes to 3 lakhs 20,000. Okay, less drawings. Okay, it comes to 38,000. You have to deduct that. So thereby you'll come across the closing capital as 2 lakhs 82,000. But in the previous case, in the first instance, we got 2 lakhs 98,000. But it is not the correct one, because we didn't take the adjustments over there. Now we have taken the adjustments, so we got the closing capital as 2,82,000. Okay, if you add the liability side, you'll come across 3,68,000. This is how you have to prepare the single entry problems. Okay, now in single entry problems, you'll come across the partnership businesses also. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to see this. Okay, thank you.